Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Before we go any further, I just want to give a big thank you to everyone that wished me a happy birthday, sent me nice wishes, things like that in the Discord, on my videos. I really appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. But today we're going to be taking a look at actually a knife I received from for my birthday from my brother. Now, he knows nothing about knives. He asked me for a sort of a wish list of what he could get me. I sent him a few I'd like, and he really pulled his finger out and got me something amazing. He bought me a case knife, and you can see this is one of the carbon steel case knives. Got the white box with the gold, that's got elongated tailed C with the XX. Case on this end. On the back you can see made in the USA, twice tested, never bested, which is what the double X stands for, WR Case and Sons Cutlery. And this was from Heine Haynes. So we've got the case Sod Buster Jr, and that's the American Workman, which is the red synthetic. See it up here, American Workman red synthetic smooth Sod Buster Jr 4137 CS, and then the model number being 73932. And this one was born on the 3rd of May 24, so only about a month old, so quite a recent make from Case. Inside the box then you get the knife wrapped in this tissue paper, standard for all sort of Case knives, even more so really with the carbon steel ones, sort of keeps them dry on their way to you. You also get a product information booklet, which I'm not going to go into because it's very thick and very long worded, but if you've got a Case knife you know exactly what's in here. And then another little bit of information from Case about their collectors club, where you can join, authorised dealers, and the 2024 Volt Pan, which is the 05 razor. Bit more blurb on the inside about merchandise, things they've got. But let's jump into it and take a look at the knife. So it's a Sod Buster Jr. So that is a standard closed length of 3.6, 3.7 inches closed. Wonderful sort of red synthetic covers on this, sort of a matte finish on them as well, which makes it perfect for a work knife. We have a brass sort of bird's eye pivot. I know it's not technically a bird's eye, but it is a much larger pivot than normal. And we've got brass pins down here. Bottom two pins, smooth, flush, can't feel them. Little tiny bit proud, you can see on the pivot here, but honestly you can barely feel that at all. Brass liners then, you can see we have steel back spring, and look at the build quality of this thing. Honestly, I can't really find anything wrong with it at all. I did hold it up to the sort of the light to see if I can see any light shining through, and there's the most tiny amount coming through here, but honestly it looks like there is no gaps at all, and I can't see anything which I would class as a gap on there. Pile side of the knife then, pretty much flush with this one, and then these two are exceptionally flush, wonderfully hafted as well, no sharp corners, tang nicely rolled over. Can't feel any sort of anything really with this one. It's built absolutely fantastically. Blade centering right down the middle. Honestly, I think this might be the most perfect received case knife I've ever had. It's bang down the middle, the pull's fantastic. The only minor gripe is this, I can feel this pivot a bit, but if I wanted to, I could peen it down a little bit more, but I don't want to ruin it with it being a birthday knife. But in my sort of true style, I have used this. I went out for breakfast and used it for my breakfast, and we've got patina all over this. But it's what I like, it's what the Sod Buster's there for. It's meant to be used, worked with, and sort of carried, which is what I'm going to do with this. You see we've got really nice brass liners, very nice and clean on the inside as well. We have the Case Tang etch as it is now. Got the Case XX and then the 6 dots. So you take off 4 from the 0, so that is 2024. And on the reverse of this, you get USA 4137 being the pattern number and CS being the steel designation. Really nice snap and walk and talk on this, no half stop. We're about 6 to a 6.5 on the pull for this. Nice and smooth all the way around. Carbon steel blade then, so we have a nice patina going on. No swedging, nothing fancy, just a really useful working blade. And honestly, the Sod Buster Jr. with these synthetic handles, they're a bit thicker than they are with the bone handles, and it really makes it feel much more of a sturdy working knife, especially with how well these are going to use. They're not going to jump, they're not going to crack if you drop it on the floor. Just a really nice hard working knife. Edge grind on this could be a little bit better, but it's not awful. A little bit heavy here and a little bit shallow at the sharpening choil. And then pretty much the same on the other side, a little bit heavy in the middle and a bit shallow on the sharpening choil here. Now this thing, when I got it, it wasn't particularly sharp, but I gave it a bit of a strop, maybe like 20 to 30 times, and now it's, you know, it slices through paper with no problem. Not quite hair popping sharp, but sharp enough for a work knife. That it's got a nice sort of toothy edge on it, so you can use it for everything you want to use and not worry about the edge going dull too quickly. So there, carbon steel then, I believe it's sort of closely related to 1095. Now, don't quote me on that, that's just what I've seen and heard about the community. We have a nice little clean nail nick on there, and what I really like about the Workman series is the blade finish. It looks to be a little bit more tumbled than the normal finish. You can see all the... See that on there? It's like a polished, tumbled finish. A bit similar to what Victorinox do, I will say, but this one's a bit more aggressively tumbled. It's going to be a UK-friendly knife with this size blade as well. So tip to tang, 1 to 2.8 inches, sorry, and then a cutting edge of just over 2.5, so 2.6. So one with no problems to use this here in the UK. I'm a big fan of Sod Busters. They're a fantastic carry. And when I'm sort of out doing outdoor work, I'm going to be doing a full day's work outside, maybe in the garden, things like that. I love to pair these with a Swiss Army knife, with some of the larger ones, maybe a Ranger with more variety of tools. So you have a nice strong main blade to use, and you can use all the tools on the Swiss Army knife. You may need like the pliers or the scissors, things like that. But overall, really happy with this gift from my brother. So if you see this, thank you very much for sending this. It's going to be a mainstay for me. It's going to be in the pocket for a long while to come. I want to get as much use out of it as I can, because it's going to be a very sentimental knife, and honestly love the red as well. I don't know if it's going to pick it up, but you can kind of see some sort of swirling in the colour. Maybe on this side a little bit more. It's not showing on the camera. In the natural light, it does look like it's kind of swirled red. But fantastic fit and finish. Fantastic knife from Case. Really hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.